dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good Thursday morning. It is 4:59. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for joining us on Mountain News This Morning. It is a bitter cold morning today, just like it was yesterday, and in some places the wind chill is below zero. Let's bring Brandon in on yet another severe weather alert day to give us a better breakdown of what we're expected to see on your Friday Eve. Brandon, good morning.
Good morning, sir, and here's the good news. Temperatures are frigid this morning. We had a little bit of light snow overnight, so some slick spots possible, but the good news is we hit the 20s later today. Let's get into the forecast this morning. We start with the camera network outside of the WYMT studios here in Hazard, and again, no major problems right now, at least on the surface. So did see a light coating of snow here in Hazard in the overnight hours. I don't know if it's melted or just maybe you're not showing up there on the grass. I know it was on the cars last night. Over Whitesburg, seeing a little bit of snow across parts of that area there on some of the rooftops and the cars, but again, nothing major, but it could make for some slick spots this morning, so just kind of keep that in mind. Looking at US 119 up on top of Whitesburg Pine Mountain, it looks like the road could be just a little bit wet up there, so again, just be careful this morning. You see the light snow coming through the overnight hours into parts of southern and southeastern Kentucky and parts of the surrounding states, but some areas seeing cloud-free skies right now. Live pinpoint Doppler radar, clean sweeps at the moment. Look at these temperatures now. Ashland below zero at -1. We see 1 right there, Moorhead 5, and up toward Jackson and Pikeville, but some low teens across the rest of the area. Those temperatures will continue to drop. Wind chill starting to calm down just a little bit, but still feels like below zero in Ashland and Lexington. Coffee meter, max warming needed as you head out the door today. And speaking of that forecast, some light snow, some flurries possible still this morning for a little while, and then we'll see those kind of go away as temperatures climb into the mid to upper 20s. The rest of the forecast is on the way here in just a few minutes. Will?
All righty, Brandon, a cold morning for sure. We appreciate it. Well, warming shelters are open across the region this morning as the frigid air continues across the region. Volunteers at the Creek Church and the East Bernstadt Fire Department tell WYMT's Taylor Up Church they fear many may not have proper heat in their homes.
Coming in from the cold is easier said than done for some.
There's lots of people that don't have coats, don't have warm homes.
Volunteers at the Creek Church say that snow days may have spared some kids from freezing weather. Some still live in cold homes. To take the chill away, they brewed coffee. And to make it feel like home, couches and snacks for the taking.
Lots of people who, can't keep the heat on and, maybe even don't have the food in the pantry for the kids staying home today.
Dangerously cold temperatures still count as an emergency, even for the East Bernstadt Fire Department.
With these temperatures, it doesn't take long for someone to become hypothermic, which could lead to a lot of dangerous situations, even death if they get cold enough. Don't be embarrassed. Go to the local shelters, wherever the warming stations are. We're here. We don't mind. We'll make you as comfortable as possible, just like any place else out there. It
is still early in the day, and not many have shown up to use either warming station. But men plan to stand by well through the night.
Just a place to warm up for a little while. They're more than welcome to come in and stay as long as they need.
Asking every community to seek help and spread the word. In Laurel County, Taylor Up Church, WYMT Mountain News.
Now you can find a full list of those warming stations in Laurel County on our website at WYMT.com. A statewide agency called Safe Patrol is making sure all drivers are able to stay safe on the roadways, especially during the winter months. The agency started back in 2007 and drives along interstates, highways, and parkways looking for drivers who have broken down on the side of the road. Crews carry oil, gas, and water with them and can help drivers with flat tires, empty gas tanks, and other minor repairs.
Severe weather always makes it worse, but there's always bad situations, and you never know what you're going to find. So, but yeah, if you get out and you run out of gas and it's really, below zero or something, it's really dangerous, and you can't really get away from your vehicle. So you have to be very careful there and make sure you're prepared.
Now, the hours of Safe Patrol are normally from 6 in the morning to 10 at night, but they are extended during times of winter or severe weather. You can contact them by calling the phone number at 877-367-5982. Well, in Magoffin County, the judge executive had crews that would normally work outside work inside yesterday. As WYMT's Connor James found out, employees with the recycling plant and road department were pretty happy to be inside out of the cold.
Bitterly cold winds tore through Magoffin County Wednesday.
It's brutal.
County workers like Brian Russell changing up the routine and working inside.
We're appreciative to not have to be out in the cold today.
Normally, he and others would be going from business to business collecting recyclables. But with a wind chill in the negative digits, that's not happening for the next couple days.
They can bring in their recycling drop-offs. We'll sort through that and do what we normally do every day, but we're usually not all in here at the same time.
Over at the county maintenance garage, workers who would normally be out and about,
well, it's too cold to work outside.
like Daniel Reisner, are tidying up the building instead.
Decided to clean this building up and work on a few vehicles here.
And with cold temperatures continuing to be on the horizon, he'll be inside for the day.
Yeah, and tomorrow too.
We are still open. It's not that we're just in here taking a day off.
As workers try to stay cozy during some brutally cold temperatures. In Magoffin County, Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, the road crews say they are ready to get out if there is some sort of emergency. Both departments say this should only last a couple of days as temperatures are expected to go back up. Well, fire crews battling a house fire early yesterday morning in Martin County had to take special precautions because of the cold. Officials with the Warfield Volunteer Fire Department said they got a call around 5:30 in the morning that a house about 4 miles from their station was on fire. When they got to the scene, only the top of the house was in flames, but the cold temps and wind made putting out the fire more difficult.
When we got there, the upstairs is mostly in one of the 2 bedrooms, and it started into the attic, and we about had it knocked down, and then the wind picked up, and it was like you poured gasoline on it. It just went on through the roof and on through the attic.
One person was home at the time, but they were not injured. The cause of the fire is still unknown. Well, schools were closed across the region yesterday, but despite that, many students in Letcher County still got a hot meal. I went to Whitesburg Elementary School, where the cooks were hard at work, even on a snow day. Across the school district, classrooms are empty, but this building was not.
And give the students an opportunity to come socialize and have a lunch.
And a decision made early Wednesday morning offered kids a chance to do just that.
They're going to eat corn dogs, potato wedges.
Letcher County Schools opened up the cafeteria at the school adjacent to their central office and fed kids.
Carrots and broccoli, fresh carrots and broccoli with fat-free ranch dressing. We have sliced peaches, we have bananas.
The decision is an easy one for Nancy Banks, the food service director for Letcher County Schools.
That's what we're here for, the kids.
Adding that it doesn't matter if they serve one student or hundreds.
If we have 5 kids show up that are hungry, I'll feel blessed that we've fed them.
As long as these bellies are full, it's a job well done. Now, Banks says roughly 68% of Letcher County students receive free or reduced lunch. Meanwhile, school is out for everyone this morning in West Virginia, literally everyone. Officials with the West Virginia Department of Education say they canceled classes in all 55 counties due to the dangerously cold air that is moving through the region. Wind chill advisories and wind chill warnings are in effect for nearly the entire state. And as always, you can find all of the latest closings and delays across the region on our website by logging on to WYMT.com. You can also sign up for closing alerts on our app. Well, nationally, parts of the Midwest dipped to the coldest temperatures in a generation on Wednesday. At least 9 deaths have been reported in several states. When you factored in the wind chill, it felt like 75 degrees below zero in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Snow squalls and whiteout conditions led to crashes in Pennsylvania and New York that sent multiple people to the hospital.
When I look around, there was piles of cars, one over each other in trucks.
Now, the weather delayed or canceled thousands of flights. In some communities, even mail service was suspended for the day. Well, Chicago saw its coldest day on record, with the mercury falling below the previous low of 15 below zero back in 1966. The bitter cold canceled at least 1,600 flights at Chicago airports. Even train travel took a hit when fires set to heat the tracks so they wouldn't crack.
Best thing to do is stay in, I guess. It's the coldest I ever seen since 1983.
The sub-zero cold is so severe it caused mechanical issues that brought snowplows to a standstill in southwestern Minnesota. Now, there is also some pretty fascinating meteorological phenomena being produced by this historic cold. We've all seen the steam coming off of the Great Lakes, but when it is this cold, the water vapor in that steam freezes into small ice crystals that give off a shiny glow when the light hits them. Those crystals are known as diamond dust, which usually occurs in Arctic areas. This extreme weather also creates special problems for public works departments.
Once the temperatures start dropping at about 25 degrees above zero, we start to add calcium chloride sprayed on at the back of the truck, and then we'll continue to use that until it gets to these cold temperatures we're experiencing.
Another phenomena that the historic cold causes are cryosmisms. Brandon, how do you pronounce that? Thank you. Cryosmisms, or ice quakes. When temperatures drop to 20 or 30 below zero, moisture underground rapidly freezes and expands, creating loud booms. Many people in the Chicago area have reported hearing them in the last couple of days. Well, take a look at this wild video. Mark Powell says he was taking a shower in Chicago yesterday, and when he got out, he noticed something odd. He says the bitterly cold air coming through some leaks in his front door caused some of the steam from the shower to freeze. Now, you can say that's cold. Coming up on Mountain News this morning, looking for something to do this weekend? The Expo Center is bringing some motocross to Pikeville. We will have a preview. And later, we'll get you caught up on all the latest Hollywood happenings in your Eye and Entertainment Report.
Frigid conditions will be around for the first half of your Thursday before we see a little bit of a warm-up. I'll have your hour-by-hour forecast in about 2 minutes.